Okay, let's talk about posture for a second. We're about to challenge the one piece of advice you've probably heard your entire life, and we're going to do it using the pretty counterintuitive wisdom of the Alexander technique. And just so you know, all the key ideas we're covering today are distilled from a really fantastic summary of the book Change Your Posture, Change Your Life, which you can find over on learner.org. So before we even dive in, just do a quick check in with yourself. Right now, how are you sitting? Are you kind of slumped over? Or are you maybe trying to sit super rigidly straight? Just notice it. No judgment. Because here's the big provocative idea we're going to explore. What if that command we've all had drilled into us, sit up straight, is actually making things worse? Let's get into it. First things first, we have to just completely dismantle this foundational myth. It's pretty much the reason most of our attempts to fix our posture are, well, doomed from the start. I mean, that's a pretty bold statement, right? So why is it so damaging? Well, think about it. When you force your body into a position, you're not actually relaxing. You're just swapping one kind of tension for another. You end up fighting your body instead of, working with it. And here's the simple science behind why that just doesn't work. When you force yourself to sit up straight, you're using your phasic muscles. Think of these as your sprinter muscles. They're for quick bursts of action and they get tired fast. True effortless posture, that comes from your deep postural muscles. They're like marathon runners, built for endurance, but they only kick in when we stop tensing up and just get out of their way. A huge part of the problem is just our modern world. Most office chairs, car seats, they actually slope backwards. This forces our pelvis to tilt back and our spine to slump into a C shape. The solution is surprisingly simple: a firm, wedge-shaped cushion. It levels your seat and lets your spine's natural curves just return effortlessly. Okay, so if forcing it is wrong, why can't we just, relax into good posture? Well, it turns out our own body is actively tricking us. Here's how. First, there's this thing the technique calls unconscious misuse. This is basically all the background tension we carry around without even thinking about it. Right now, are your shoulders creeping up towards your ears? Is your jaw tight? This constant low-level tension is pulling you out of alignment 24/7. But here's the real kicker. This is the big one: faulty sensory appreciation. It's the core challenge, really. It means your brain's internal map of your body has become totally unreliable. Your bad, slumped posture has started to feel normal. It feels straight. So when you actually try to find a truly balanced position, it can feel, well, wrong or crooked. And this is the heart of the problem, right? We can't trust our feelings to guide us because our sense of what's correct has been completely warped by years of bad habits. It's like our internal compass is broken. So how in the world do you fix a broken compass? Well, the technique's founder, F.M. Alexander, he discovered this single, elegant principle that basically governs our entire body's coordination. He called it the primary control. The primary control is simply the dynamic relationship between your head, your neck, and your back. That's it. If you can get this one relationship right, the rest of your body just naturally falls into place. It's like the master key to unlocking effortless balance. And it works like a beautiful chain reaction, a cascade of release. It all starts the moment you stop tensing your neck. This allows your head, which is pretty heavy by the way, to balance lightly right on top of your spine, leaning just slightly forward and up. That one simple change triggers a lengthening response all the way down your back, decompressing your spine. It's not about pulling yourself up. It's about releasing so your body can float up. Now this brings us to what might be the most surprising part of this whole thing. The Alexander technique isn't really an exercise. It's not about doing anything at all. It's a mental discipline. It's about not doing. And you have two core tools to make this happen. First up is inhibition. This is just a conscious pause. Before you do anything, stand up, reach for your coffee, you just stop. That pause breaks the circuit of your old bad habits. Then, in that little moment of stillness comes direction. You give yourself a few gentle mental instructions. And these are the core directions. But notice the super gentle language here. You think, allow the neck to be free. You're not forcing it, you're just suggesting it, so that the head can go forward and upward. It's a sequence of thought that just encourages your body to release, instead of a physical command to tense up. Okay, I know this all might sound a little bit abstract, so let's get really practical. Here is a super simple procedure you can do at home to start feeling these principles for yourself.
It's called the semi-supine position. All you do is lie on a firm surface, like the floor, with a few books under your head for support. Then bend your knees, feet flat on the floor. In this position, gravity starts doing the work for you, gently decompressing your spine. Your only job is to just lie there with your eyes open and mentally practice those directions we just talked about.
And really, that's it. Just 10 to 20 minutes a day is all it takes. Think of it less like an exercise and more like a conscious reset button for your entire nervous system.
Which really brings us to the ultimate takeaway here. If you remember just one thing from all this, let it be this. We need to totally reframe what we think good posture even means. It isn't about holding some rigid position through brute force. It's about finding freedom from tension, so our body's natural, built-in balance can finally show up.
Such a simple idea, right? But with some really profound implications.
And you know, this whole idea of re-examining common sense is what learning is all about. Our source for today, learner.org, is an awesome place for that, with great summaries on everything from leadership and productivity to psychology. Which really brings us to our final thought. Today, we took this simple idea of sitting up straight and turned it completely on its head. It kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other common sense beliefs in our lives might actually be holding us back? Thanks for watching.